Hello guys, my name is Michal Hucko and welcome to another video of our Python for Beginners tutorial. This video is very special because we're gonna talk about your project assignment. So thank you very much for watching all the videos about basic parts of the Python, and this is the ideal time to test your knowledge and to try to code something on yourself. I can give you little helps how to do it, but first of all, let's talk about the assignment. You can find the assignment in the assignment tab of the course, but also I provide you a specific description of the assignment in the GitHub page linked in the description below. So let's check out the GitHub page. If you go to the GitHub page, if you go to the course and click on the link for the GitHub, you will be redirected to this page. And this is my GitHub project for this course. And if you scroll down, you can see all the examples which I covered in the previous videos. But if you scroll down there, you will see a file called project-description.md, and that's where the description of the project is. If you open the project, you will see the description. Now we can go through the description, okay? So the description says, tic-tac-toe, create a simple tic-tac-toe game for 2 players 3 times in 3 times 3 grid. Yes, so it's a standard tic-tac-toe game, 3 times 3 grid, 2 players, nothing special. You don't need to implement the evaluation of winners, right? Because the evaluation can be quite challenging, so let's now keep it simple without the evaluation. The game will stop after each place of the field is taken, so after 9 rounds. Each game will have 9 rounds. And the scenario is follows. Every round, so every iteration of the loop cycle, will first introduce text at the beginning of each round asking for X position. Round, number of the round, so first round, second, third round, and so on. Player, so the player which is on the move, so either player 1 or player 2. Please specify the X position. Now the X position, under the X position we mean the position in the grid, indexed from 0 up to 2, because there are 3 times 3, because there is 3 times 3 lists, so the max index is 2 and the first index is 0, right? So that's for the X position. Then the player will put the position from the input keyboard, so use the sys library, for example. Of course, only valid integer number can be specified. Then the program will ask for the Y position, and then it will write to the grid. If the position is taken, we will get the error message or the print statement from the code like position XY already taken, please specify another position. After each run, the grid will be printed. Now the grid looks like this. So in case when there is a free position, there will be the minus sign, and for the player 1 there will be X's and O's, okay? You can use, for example, the dictionary for specifying the symbol for each player. Feel free, experiment with it, do it as you want. The most important thing is to do it in cycle and check for the position. If the game is over, the Python will print game is over, thanks for playing, okay? So I created the solution. I won't show you right now. I will just want to show you how it will work. So I am here in my Python folder location, and there I created the file called Python project solution. Where is the solution? Now I will run the solution. So Python 3 project solution. And as you can see, first I got the grid, which is empty. Now round 1, player 2, please specify X position. I'm starting with the player 2. You can start with the player 1 if you want. It's up to you. So let's say I will write to 0 and the 0, right? And as you can see, the Y was printed in the 0, 0 position. The field was printed, yes, the grid, so the list of lists. And now the Python asks the first player in this case, because we started with the second player, to specify the X position. For example, 1, 1, right? Exactly. And this will go 9 rounds, and then at the end it will print out game is over. Yes, nothing complicated, fairly simple, only the basic stuff which we introduce in the videos. Now guys, try it on yourself, and if you will stuck, please come back to this video, because right now I want to give you some hints, but only if you stuck, okay? So pause this video, try to solve the project, and if you will stuck, right now I will present you some hints how to do it, okay? So only if you stuck. Don't cheat. So if you stuck and scroll down there are some hints. So please use these hints only if you get lost during solving the project, okay? Only in this case. Now, specify a grid variable with nested list, okay? Nested list, lists of lists. If you forget about it, watch the video nested lists. Specify a player symbols variable with dictionary with player symbols. So you will have a dictionary where the keys are the number of the player, right? So 1 or 2, because the keys can be integers. And then the values will be the sign. So the value will be the string, in this case the X or O, right? The next thing is create a print grid function. In the previous videos, I created a couple of functions which were printing nested lists. So feel free to use this code to create your own print grid function, okay? It's simple, you can do it. Now create an infinite loop, while loop. So create the while loop, so while true, right? And in each, it's written here, with a counter, so there will be a counter for round number. Yes, so call the counter, for example, round number. And don't forget to increment round number after each iteration. So in the while loop, iterate and increase the counter. Simple, do it. Next, end the infinite loop in case the counter is greater or equal than 9. Yes, okay, so when the loop is at the end, so there were 9 rounds. So be careful with the comparing, right? So greater than 9 or equal, depends whether you start from 0 or if you start from 1. If you start from 0, it should be greater or equal. So then you break the cycle, because that's the while true, it will go forever. So if you want to stop it, you need a break. If you forget, you can recall it with the video for the loops. Now in the loop, create the variable player, which will have the number of player for the given round. Now this can be tricky, and there is the biggest hack. Use modulo operator for switching between 0 and 1 for each round. So you can get the player number from the round number by using modulo and 2, because modulo is saying what is the rest after dividing with 2. If you start with 0 and you modulo 0 modulo 2 is 0, because there is no rest. If you go 1 modulo 2, then the rest is 1, yes? So it will just switch between 0 and 1, 0 and 1. Try it on your own and think about it. I don't want to give too much hints. I just want to, you know, give you some fun while developing, and I want to give you this aha moment when you find out the solution, right? So just don't go for the hints unless you are really stuck. And then add the standard input handling for integer, first for x coordinate and then for y coordinate. Okay, so then the standard input with the int casting, which we did in the previous video for standard input, we put there. You get the two variables and then you assign it to the grid. Right, you can change the grid with the index, the square brackets, 2 square brackets, and the index inside there, okay? And then check in the if condition if the position is grid is equal to minus. So only if there in the grid is minus, only then you can, you know, change the grid value. If not, then don't increment the counter of the while, okay? And then start over again, yes? So continue, okay? Break and continue. Now I put there 2 bonuses. So if you, for example, specify a position outside of the grid, it's here. If the position is outside of the grid, you should output this statement, okay? So you specify the position outside of the grid, please re-enter the positions, okay? So now, again, the counter won't be incremented, it will start over again, okay? Just giving you hints. And then add exceptions for handling when the player doesn't provide number. Okay, so only valid integers should be used as indexes, but for example, somebody put there a. Yeah, you should provide only integer values as a grid position, okay? So bear this in mind. So these are 2 bonus tasks, feel free to add them there. And when you will have the solution, feel free to publish your .py file, okay? With the ready solution. I want to run the Python file as always by using Python keyword, Python 3 keyword in the terminal, and the name of the Python file. Okay guys, that's the project assignment. Hope you will have no problems. If you will have problems during solving and the hints won't be enough for you, feel free to contact me. I'll be glad to help you. We are learning, people make mistakes, sometimes it's hard. So even if it takes time, for example, a couple of days to find out the right solution, it's not a problem, yes? So the way is hard, but the goal is nice. So go ahead and reach the goal, and I hope I will see you guys in the next videos. Thank you.